So what's up, everybody? I'm John Vaughn, founder and CEO of the software development firm Tier5. And today we're having this training to essentially show you how the outbound IVR can actually help you pre-qualify your leads and make more sales. If that is, you require to speak with somebody on the phone before you do a sale, like if you're doing a high-ticket item or something like that, or just in general, you find that talking on the phone with somebody actually increases the likelihood of them to purchase your product or service. Case in point, the main service that we offer here at Tier5 is professional high-end enterprise level software engineering. So I don't have one single client that I've acquired that I didn't first have to get on the phone and speak with that person. All right. So just to give you a little bit of backstory, all Tier5 softwares have essentially been built by me and our company to essentially satisfy or solve a problem that I've had in business. And whenever I was first starting this company, one of the issues that I had was, essentially time management and the amount of time that I was actually speaking to people who weren't actually qualified in the first place to purchase services from me. They weren't my ideal candidates. They weren't my ideal clients, my dream clients. And either they weren't, like I said, qualified to actually purchase my services, or they just weren't my ideal client. And I noticed that I was spending a lot of time, engaging and talking to these types of people, and I was losing out on people who were actually qualified to purchase my services and were my ideal client, because I was spending so much of my time talking to these unqualified people. So what we did is we took and we built this outbound IVR feature and functionality. All right. So if you want to see a demo how it works, you can go to this page right here and see a full functioning demo. All right. If you go in and try to demo it right now, it is not going to work, because on this training video, we are going to build the back end of this demo. So the front end is pretty straightforward. You can see it's just essentially a Clickfunnels page, really straightforward. I've just went in and built out a little landing page, built this little landing page that you see right here. Nothing special about it. It's got a little button to show me the demo. If you press that button, it opens up this pop-up right here and just collects a little bit of information and then starts the demo. All right. So it kind of looks like this. If you just click this button right here, you put in some information, you click go, then it's going to take you to this thank you page and tell you your demo is processing, and it's going to actually process your demo and start the outbound IVR feature. However, the outbound IVR feature does not actually exist yet. It's not hooked up in the back end. So what we're going to do inside this live training is we're essentially going to go build out a simple version of this outbound IVR, and we're going to integrate it right into this web page so that this demo is fully functional. Hopefully that sounds great to you guys. All right, so to start, the first thing I want to do is I want to log into Text in Bulk. And then I want to go to my outbound IVRs, all right? So I just want to go to my IVR. So hopefully you understand what an IVR is. If you don't understand what an IVR is, you can go to this demo page, you can watch that video, and that video will explain to you what an IVR is and specifically how the outbound IVR works. So we're not going to cover any of that in this video. In this video, we're just going to do the practical setup and actually build it and set everything up and do the integration. If you're still confused on what the outbound IVR is or what an IVR is in general, how IVRs work, and essentially the function of the outbound IVR, I would encourage you just to go to this page and watch this short little video here, because it will explain everything that you need to know about IVRs and specifically how the outbound IVRs work. So like I said, for this video, we're going to skip all that and we're just going to do the practical implementation. So the first thing I want to do is go in and create a new IVR for this demo. All right, so I'm just going to create this. I'm just going to click this button right here, and I'm just going to put in, demo.tier5.us outbound IVR demo. This is a demo IVR for this demo landing page. All right, so I'm going to create my new IVR. All right, and now it's going to show up down here, and I'm going to go in to the options, and I'm going to create and configure this IVR. All right. Now, I just want you guys to know we are working on a complete UI redesign of Text in Bulk that's going to be rolled out over the next month. We're completely redoing everything, and we're going to present you with a nice, prettier UI. And one of the main things that we're actually redesigning is the complete look and feel of how to create these IVRs, so they're actually more intuitive to you. And it's actually what it's going to end up doing is whenever you create these IVRs, what it's going to end up doing is actually creating like a tree structure where you can edit this guy, and you'll be able to add in your options here. And as you add those in, it will visually go in and actually create this tree structure for you, because essentially that is what you're doing with an IVR. It's literally going to go in and actually create this on a visual basis for you. So we are working on that, so that's going to come soon. But for right now, this is the UI for it. So, but it's still really relatively simple. All right. So your IVR, every one of them needs your first step, that first node. So you're just going to go in and create your first step, and that's pretty straightforward. All you need to do is upload an audio or record an audio. So for this, I'm going to record an audio. So I'm going to go ahead and record it. I just need to think of what I'm going to say in this audio. So I think I'm going to say something about the Outbound IVR demo, and I think I'm going to say something about the Tier 5 community, and I'm also think I'm going to say something about software development services from Tier 5. All right, so let me just go in and record this. Hey, this is John Vaughn, the founder and CEO of Tier 5, and I see that you're trying out the Outbound IVR demo. So if all you want to do is try out the demo, go ahead and press 1 to continue the demo. If you would like to find out more about the Tier 5 community, go ahead and press 2. If you would like to find out more about professional software engineering services from Tier 5, go ahead and press 3. All right, so that's my first audio. When people call this IVR, when they call my phone number, if I attach this IVR, they're going to hear that. Or if I send this IVR outbound, they're going to pick up the phone and they're going to hear that audio. And I'm going to pick some numeric input because I want them to either press, in this scenario, 1, 2, or 3. All right, so I'm going to create that. There's my first step right there. So now I need to go in and create option 1, 2, and 3. So option 1, I think what I'm going to do in option 1 is I'm just going to give them an audio, and then essentially I'm going to hang up the phone because there's nothing else to do. I've already showed them that. All right, so I think that's what I'm going to do in option 1. So option 1 was they just wanted nothing but the demo. Okay, so all you're interested in is demoing the Outbound IVR. So I see that you've pressed option 1, and at this point you can kind of do whatever you want to do, whether you want to collect more numeric input from a user. I can ask you to press 1, 2, or 3 to further pre-qualify you, or I could go ahead and forward you out to another number like one of my sales agents or myself, or I could drop you into a voicemail if I just want to collect a message from you, or I could send you out a text message, or I could just say, hey, this is over because you're not pre-qualified, and I could just tell you that in a message and hang up the phone. So in this instance, that's what I'm going to do. Since all you wanted was the demo, I'm going to tell you that you're not qualified, and now I'm going to go ahead and hang up the phone. So enjoy your day. All right, so that's all I needed to do. And I'm just going to hit none because there's nothing that I want to do here. At this point, I'm just going to disconnect the phone call. Now, if I wanted, in this IVR, I could also include an action if I wanted. Like I could delete this user. For example, your IVR option, I could have added an option 4 to unsubscribe. And if the user would have clicked unsubscribe, I could just hang up the phone and I could delete this user from the platform. Or I could copy him from one list to another, or I could move him from all the lists that he's on to one single list. I could go ahead and add him to a campaign, a drip sequence, you know. Hopefully you understand what campaigns are. If not, those are covered in another video. Or I could send all this information out to Zapier and fire an automation based on him pressing this option. So for this demo, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to do none. So there's my option 1. So now I need to go back in and add option 2. All right. So option 2 was they were actually wanting to know a little bit more about the Tier 5 community membership. So what I'm going to do here is going to be a little bit cool. I'm going to help you guys out for coming to this demo. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab me a phone number real quick. And I'm just going to use the 812 area code because I like the 812 area code. And I'm going to find this guy. I'm going to get me a new phone number. I'm going to select this guy right here. And I'm going to find that last dude that I just got. That was 812, this guy right here. And I'm going to go in and actually configure this guy. And we're going to use this guy in just a minute. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take some phone numbers from community members, and then anybody who actually comes in and demos this IVR, if they're interested in the community membership, I'm going to just forward them to your phone numbers, and then you guys can sell and make a new affiliate sell, hopefully. That's something that you guys are into. So I'm just going to go in and choose this guy right here. And I'm going to say affiliate demo. I'm just going to use that for the affiliate demo. And I don't know what to do there. All right, so now I just need to kind of set that up because I'm going to use that number here. So I'm going to go in and add a new option. This is option number 2. And remember, this is if they are actually interested in the Tier 5 community. So I'm going to grab this phone number because this is where I'm going to forward them to. All right, so now I'm going to go in and this is option 2. I need to record an audio. Great, so you're interested in learning more about the Tier 5 community. Let me tell you that the Tier 5 community is truly amazing, and no, I'm not just saying that. You can ask any one of our community members. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna go ahead and forward you and get you connected with one of our community members who can tell you all about the Tier 5 community and the benefits associated with it and why you really wanna be a Tier 5 community member. So if you hold on just one second, I'll get you connected with a Tier 5 community member. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and forward this person to this number that I just set up right here, this phone number, because then what I can do is I can literally go into this phone number, and what I can do in this phone number is I can just configure this guy right here, and then all you guys, if you guys are community members and you would like to receive these leads as they come into this demo page, all you got to do is give me your phone number. I'll put your phone number in right here, and anybody who comes through this demo and hit options 2, they are going to be forwarded to your phone, and you can talk to that lead, and you can sell them on the community membership if you want to. All right, so we'll do that at the end of this training video. All right, so this is all done. Thank you so much, sir. This is all done. The only other thing I may want to do is I may want to include an action, and I may want to copy this person to a lead list about, you know, people who are interested in the Tier 5 community membership, so that now I can keep all these people on one list, and later on I can go in and actually make sure everybody's been followed up with. But for the purpose of this demo, I'm not going to actually do that, but just keep in mind if I want to do that, I can go ahead and do that. All right, so this is all I need there. All right, so now I need to create option number 3, and if you remember, option number 3 was them saying that they wanted some they wanted what did they want? Oh, they wanted to talk to Tier 5 about professional software engineering services. So let's create that option right there. So let's go in and create option number 3. All right. And here, what I would actually do here, I'm not going to do it for this demo, but here, literally what I would actually do here is I would literally forward these guys to another IVR, which would be my pre-qualification process to make sure somebody's actually qualified to purchase software engineering services from me. So what I would end up doing here is I would just forward them to another number, and that would be like the Tier 5 phone number, and it would have an IVR attached to inbound calls. I would just literally go into that phone number, and I would say, hey, I want to select, and there would be, you know, Tier 5 pre-qualification IVR, and then I would just forward them to that phone number, and they'll drop into another IVR where I can qualify that this person is actually qualified to purchase software engineering services from Tier 5. All right, that's what I should do. What I'm actually going to do for just purposes of the demo is I'm just going to forward this person to my own phone number where I always accept incoming leads, and I'll just know that that person is wanting to talk to me about software development services. So let me just record my audio. Great, so you're interested in purchasing software development services from Tier 5. Software engineering is all we actually do, so let me go ahead and get a Tier 5 representative connected with you on the phone. So just hold on just one second, please. Okay, so that guy's all done. And remember, again, if I want to do an action here, if I want to move them to a list that's, you know, a list of, you know, Tier 5 software engineering leads or whatever, I could go ahead and do that at that time. At this time, but I don't want to do that, so because I just want to keep this simple. So there we go. I'm going to create that option, and then there's option number 3. So you can see here's the first option. So you can see essentially what we've just created in this outbound IVR is we've created option number 1. All right, this is our main option here. This is this guy right here. All right, and he also has this option right here, which is this. And if the user picks this option, we're literally just going to hang up the phone on him, and we're not going to talk to him anymore because he doesn't want anything from us. All right. This option here is right there. And literally what we're going to do here is we're going to forward this person to a Twilio number, and that Twilio number is actually going to forward out to all of our different affiliates so that any of our affiliates can actually answer. And then we have this option right here, which is option number 3. This is 2, this is 1. And if he presses this option, what we're actually going to do is we're going to forward him to my phone number. All right, so he's going to reach me. So this is essentially what we've just built right here. All right, and keep in mind, if you want to edit any of these options, you can go in and edit them at any time just by clicking the Edit Options button, and then you can go in and actually edit them out. All right, so now this IVR is actually built. It's set up. Great. So what we want to do now is now that we've built our IVR, and hopefully you can see how simple this IVR is, and you can understand if you put a little bit of thought process, you can figure out your own pre-qualification process and your own little decision tree and what that would look like for you and your business. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go connect this to this beautiful ClickFunnels page that me, a software engineer who's not a marketer, has actually built. So if you think my page is ugly, then it's because I'm an engineer and I don't make pretty landing pages. All right. But anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to go in and actually connect this form right here. So when the user submits this form, that they're going to actually get our outbound IVR message. So to do that, we're just going to go in and do this. I'm going to go in and grab this guy, and I'm just going to stick him right inside there and give him that title. And I'm going to choose Clickfunnels because I built this on Clickfunnels. Maybe you're not using Clickfunnels, you're using something else. And if you're using something else, you can choose that Zapier application. And if that program that you're using to build your landing pages or your forms, if they don't have a Zapier application, then you can just use a Zapier webhook, and that Zapier webhook will allow you to integrate with our system. So most platforms will at least allow you to once somebody fills out a form to hit some external API, and then you'll just put in your Zapier webhook. If your platform doesn't give you a Zapier integration or allow you to use a webhook whenever somebody submits a form, there are other workarounds, but I would really just suggest you don't use that platform because it's probably not that good of a platform. But there are other workarounds by just taking the form data and sending them to a different email and then setting up an automation to listen to those emails and pull out the data from there and then pass it to us. So it can be done relatively easy if you know what you're doing. So here I'm just going to use ClickFunnels, since that's what I built my landing page on. And I'm just going to say, hey, whenever I get a new contact, and that new contact specifically needs to come in on this landing page, this one specific landing page. So let me find it, demo.tier5.us, specifically on this outbound IVR landing page. All right, so let's continue. Let's pull in our little samples. All right, got a little sample here. And let's do our action. And this action is going to be pretty straightforward. You're going to use text in bulk. And we're going to pick, imagine what we're going to pick, outbound IVR call. That's what we're going to pick, all right? If you caught the video yesterday, then you can understand the difference between a sales bridge and an IVR. If not, then you can go watch the sales bridge demo. But for this, we're going to use the outbound IVR. Just note that the sales bridge is pretty much completely opposite of the outbound IVR. So now I'm just going to pick my text in bulk account. You will probably only have one text in bulk account here. And how you connect your text in bulk account is relatively easy. You're just going to go to your settings. If it's not connected, you're just going to go to your settings. You're going to go over here to your Zapier config, and you're just going to grab this token. If you haven't created this token already, there's going to be a little button here called Create Token. You're just going to give it an arbitrary name, and then you're going to get this token right here. And then on Zapier side, you're just going to go and say Connect Account. And then you're just going to put this token right inside there, just like that, and hit continue. I've already connected my account, so I don't need to do that. So now we're going to continue. Now we're going to pick what number do we want to call from. And here you can pick any of your numbers, all right? I'm going to pick this phone number right here because it's the same one I'm using for my other demo. You want to select your IVR that you want to send, and this is going to be this is my IVR right here, demo.tier5.us, outbound IVR demo. And you want to pick a call to number, all right? Now, sometimes if you see this call to number right here, ClickFunnels formats it in a very funny way. Well, not in a very funny way. They format it in a way that you would expect somebody to write a number, but it is not a way that you can call a number. So what you need to do first is add one little step here. It's really, really easy. It's a formatter, okay? So you're just going to type formatter. and you're just going to pick Formatter by Zapier. And then you're just going to say, hey, I want to work with numbers. And what number do you want to work with? You're just going to pick from this list that you want to format a phone number. All right. And then you're just going to give the input. This input is going to be your phone number that's coming from your ClickFunnels step. And then you're going to say, hey, what format do you want to format this to? And you're just going to format it to no symbols national, just like that. And then you're just going to hit continue. That's going to reformat the number, and it's going to take out all the arbitrary symbols that don't need to be there, that aren't actually included in how you dial a phone number. And you're going to get a phone number back just like that, which is essentially what you need. And then now you're going to come in back in here. And then for your phone number, you're just going to pick that from your numbers, just like that. And then you're going to hit continue. And then you're just going to skip this test if you want to. I'm going to skip it because I know that it works. And essentially, I'm just going to hit go. So now I'm good. Great. So now I'm good. Now remember here, if you want to do more advanced stuff, like add somebody, like add this person to one of your lists, you can do that in a different step. You can go ahead and actually add another text in bulk step where you're going to also, since this person has called you, you're going to also add him to one of your particular lists. So you would just use the sync leads option right here. And in the sync leads option, you're just going to go in, and again, you're going to pick your text in bulk account that you want to use. And then you're just essentially going to go in and pop in this data. You're going to tell me what list do you want to put this guy on? What list does he need to be on? And then if you want to add him to a campaign, pick what campaign you want him on, and then give his phone number, you know, whatever information that you've collected about him, and then just hit go. And this guy not only will receive your outbound IVR, he'll also be on one of your lists inside our platform so that you can follow up with him later, okay? I'm not going to do that because I don't really care about that myself because, like I said, this is just a demo, so I don't really want all these people on a list inside my platform because most likely they're just wanting to demo things out, all right? So I don't really care about that point. So I'm just going to turn this on. Now this is turned on. Great. So now all we need to do, I'm just going to refresh this page right here. And we're going to demo this and see exactly how it works, all right? So here's my name. I'm going to put in a different email. All right. And here's my phone number, 812-722-4722. This is actually my Skype number, all right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit show me the demo. All right, and now I'm going to come back over here, make sure this guy is enabled. All right, this is affiliate demo here. This is what I'm going to allow you guys to add your phone numbers to. If you want to add your phone numbers to this and actually get leads delivered to you of people who are trying out this demo and they want to learn more about the Tier 5 community membership. If you're a Tier 5 community member and you're on this demo, I'll let you put your phone number right here and I'll just forward these leads out to you so that you can try to close them and get some affiliate commission from anybody coming in from this demo, all right? So we do have to wait for ClickFunnels to actually send this information here. So we're just going to actually look and see if ClickFunnels has sent this information. And I don't see where actual ClickFunnels has sent this information yet. So let me just try this again. So I'm just going to say this is Peter Rabbit, and it's going to come from rabbit@gmail.com. And I'm going to use the same phone number here. And then hopefully ClickFunnels is now going to actually send me this particular person. All right. So let's see, is ClickFunnels sending me this person? And they are not. And there we go. They've just actually sent me that person, it looks like. Let's see. There's that person. All right. There's my incoming IVR. As you can see, it's ringing right now.
Hey, this is John Vaughn, the founder and CEO of Tier5, and I see that you're trying out the Outbound IVR demo. So all you want to do is try out the demo. Go ahead and press 1 to continue the demo. If you would like to find out more about the Tier5 community, go ahead and press 2.
So I'm going to press 2 because that's what I want to do. Now that I press 2, you should see an incoming phone call is going to come in on this phone number right here, affiliate demo. It's going to actually forward out this phone call right here to this affiliate demo.
So you're interested in learning more about the Tier5 community. Let me tell you that the Tier5 community is truly amazing. And no, I'm not just saying that because I'm getting one of our community members. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go ahead and forward you and get you connected with one of our community members who can tell you all about the Tier 5 community, and the benefits associated with it, and why you really want to be a Tier 5 community member. If you hold on just one second, I'll get you connected with a Tier 5 community member.
So now you see I've got that incoming phone call coming into my affiliate demo right now. Now I can just go ahead and answer that, and then I'm on the phone with myself, creating a bunch of feedback. Okay. So there you have it. That's exactly how you can set up the outbound IVR. It's really, really simple, Topos. Really, really simple and straightforward. Next and see, please. So now I'm gonna allow you guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask any questions. And if you want to be added in here, where you're going to get these leads delivered to you as they come in, feel free, if you're a community member, just to put your phone number in the chat bot, and I'll go ahead, or just to put your phone number in the chat box right over here, and I'll go ahead and add your phone number in here so that as people come in and actually try out this demo, because I'm actually gonna run ads just to this demo, if people try out this demo and they are interested in the Tier 5 community and they hit that option, that those leads will actually be forwarded out to you, and then you guys can actually try to close those sales, send them to your affiliate link and get them into the actual community and make some affiliate commission. So if you want to receive these leads, like I said, just put your phone number that you want to receive the leads on right here in the chat box, and I'll add it in here. All right. So John Lee, I'll add your phone number in there, and anybody else, if anybody else wants to get these phone calls, just give me your phone number and I will add those in there as well. I'm going to turn on instant call forwarding because I don't want to deal with these leads myself. I'll just send them all out to, it looks like I'm just going to send them all out to John Lee, so no problem there. Okay, fine, Bobby. I'll send them to you too, buddy. Thanks, Topos. So are there any questions? Does anybody have any questions, or would anybody else like to add their number to receive these leads?
Hey, John, this is Vince. How are you?
Hey, Vince.
Quick question. When you are, maybe you've gone over it in another video, is there rules around time zones? Let's say if this thing is running all day long and all of a sudden it's all night long, I don't want to get a phone call in the middle of the night. Is there a way to kick this off during a time zone, or we just have to shut off an ad during the evening?
There is not there's only time zones around your campaigns right now, so only your campaigns have time zones right now. But what we are working on outside of a redesign is what we are working on is number specific. We're allowing you to actually put in complete time zones for any particular number, where you can go into any particular number and you can say, hey, according to this schedule, you know, Monday through Friday, from this time to this time, incoming text messages should do this, incoming phone calls should do this. But in this other time zone, incoming text message should do this, and incoming phone calls should do this. That way, you could say, hey, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, I want to receive these. If somebody calls this phone number, I want it forwarded to my cell phone. And, you know, any other time outside Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, if somebody calls, I want it forwarded to voicemail, or I want to drop them into my IVR or whatever. So that is a feature that we are currently building. But until then, no, there's not a super easy way for you to go in and actually configure out your time zones, other than obviously you could always just shut your cell phone off. That's one option. But like I said, we are working on building out a more robust schedule feature so that you can actually go in and set those time zones and how you want your phones to operate.
Thanks. Also, are there, for SMSs, and I'll let the other guys, since we are targeting people who've reached out to us, is there any sort of, in the US, is there any sort of disclaimer we should have on our site about SMS messaging?
We're software engineers, so we don't advise you whatsoever anything about.
No, I'm not asking you, but
I'm not going to answer that question. Like I said, I'm a software engineer, and I just can't give you any type of legal advice or even any type of legal suggestions. So if you want it, then I'll just say yes, do it, because you can't go wrong there. But I'm not qualified to answer that question because I'm an engineer, not a lawyer.
Gotcha. Appreciate it.
I just like to be straightforward, man. I don't like to make up shit that I don't know anything about. So. So any other questions? Anybody else want to add their number to get these leads, or are there any other questions? If not, I got a lot of other stuff I got to do today.
This is amazing stuff. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Definitely my pleasure. Any other questions anybody wants to ask? Anybody else want to add their number to receive these leads?
Yeah, John, this is John Lee. When we do receive one of these calls and say we do close a deal, where do we send them to? Just our own affiliate pages and whatnot?
Yeah, you just send them to your affiliate link. So you would just actually send them out to your affiliate link. If they're interested, you just go in and send them out to your own affiliate link. So hopefully you have your own affiliate links already. Or you can always, I mean, if you want, you can always send them to this page right here, to this community page. But this community page, you do kind of have the dependency that they're a cool person, and they put in your name right here. So they need to actually put in your name on how they heard about the community. And you can obviously walk them through this, right? You can say, hey, just go to this page, check it out. And you can do that while you're on the phone with them and be like, okay, are you interested? Here's all the benefits. Just click that button, just click that fill out application button. Okay, just go ahead and fill that out right there. Yeah, just put my phone number, or just put my name in right there.
All right, perfect. Thanks.
Other than that, you could just always, like I said, just use your own affiliate link. If you don't have those, you can just essentially, actually, if you don't have those, you can just, you should have an account here that you should have been sent a message from the bot, and you can just go inside here and find your affiliate links right inside here if you sign into this platform, which we're almost done with, by the way. I'm about to put it in beta, and you can just click on these affiliate links and then just grab any of your affiliate links here and then just send them to this affiliate link. And yes, Phil, and to answer your question, right now, still only, unfortunately, in the US, we will support every other country in the world as soon as I can find data tables to do phone validation. So lucky for me, I'm from the US, and the US is very, very particular about telecommunication networks, and they force all carriers to make their information public. So because of that, we have access to public databases, just like all area codes, which essentially is a list of mandates from the federal government that says every single carrier and every single area has to make public at least their area code and their carrier identification number. So that now allows me to go in and say, hey, in Alabama, in this area code, which is 251, which represents this district of Alabama, I can easily find out, okay, hey, Sprint Spectrum and this place right here, their carrier code is 200. And 201 is essentially, this is a wireless phone number, and 201 is essentially a landline in Gulf Shores from Harbor Communications. So the federal government has mandates and forces all carriers to publish this information, and it's a public database that's available to us. I have not found anything similar to this for Australia or for the UK or for any other part of the world for that matter. And what that means is, in order for you to actually be able to go in and do a function like this, where you can essentially filter and search by mobile only or landline only or VoIP only and get the associated information about that network node, it's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you anywhere from 1 to 5 cents per API call to validate that phone number. And you can understand that begins to actually to add up as you serve more and more leads just to validate their phone number. It doesn't include the actual data charge to communicate with them. So as soon as I can find some open source, federally regulated, sure, there may be some public database there, but are those things up to date? Are those things federally regulated? I don't know. As soon as I can find those databases, we'll be adding in support for all these other countries.
Hey, John,
any other questions? Does anybody else want to be one of these 3 people who I'm going to be sending leads to? Or does anybody else have any other questions?
I've got one for you, John.
Yeah, what's up?
This is Gideon, and I had put in the chat, I was curious to know if users who are in the IVR can enter multi-digit responses. For instance, if you wanted to collect a different telephone number from them.
They can enter multi-digit response numbers. but you won't be able to, right now, you won't be able to know anything about that information or do anything with that information. Terry, I've already got your number added there, buddy. So I already got your number added right there. I believe that's your number. But that is a feature we can go in and add in, get in, where you can actually collect that information and do something with that information and store that information, maybe leave it as a note or something. But right now, yes, they can. Right now, yes, could you have an option that's 998761? Yes. But what that would end up doing is not collecting the information and allowing you to actually store it somewhere and do something with it. It would just essentially be the connector to connect to a new process in your pre-qualification or in your decision tree. But again, like I said, that's something we could totally add in.
One last question. So these, you have the opportunity for SMS to go back and forth in here to take an SMS response?
Yeah. So you can go into your IVR, and one of your options is you can send out a text message if you want. Sure.
So if somebody sent, can we have somebody use that same number to reply to the text message and go somewhere else in Zapier?
Yeah. So you could go in essentially. I'm
trying to figure out this capture process. So why don't you send a text message out? Just put your text message in this one, or
Yeah, so you could go in and one of these options, you could add an option. Let's add a secret option 99, and then we could go in and say with the secret option, we're going to send out a text message, right? So in the secret option, we're going to just send out a text message, and we're going to not say, hey, fag, because that's not nice. We're going to say, hey, reply with, text me back or something like that. We can send out a text message, and as long as you have whatever number in this instance, all right, in this instance, since I'm using this 612 number right here, I would need to make sure that if I go to my number configuration and I find this 612 number, wherever this is, 612 right here, I would just need to make sure in this number configuration that I have this enabled, and I do have it enabled to receive incoming text messages. So as long as it's enabled to receive incoming text messages, then yes, I can send out text messages from this number, and if a user texts me back, you'll actually get those text messages in the platform.
In the platform, where would they come in the platform? Just in the just as another record for that?
Where they come in the platform is you'll just see them right here. So you'll see them, you'll see all your incoming text messages right in here. You'll see all your different text messages. So you'll see all your incoming text messages. And if this person was also on your IVR, then you'll see a recording of the IVR, and then you'll also see you'll also see the text message that went out and any of the text messages that came in. And this we're also redesigning. So if you guys were to, I'm not going to spoil it and show you a preview of the redesign, but trust me, once we're done, I'm paying somebody a whole lot of money from the UK to go in and redesign every aspect of this to make this look. I mean, it's already a very super functional platform, and if you know how to use it, it can make you a lot of money and it can really supercharge your business. But now the next phase that we're going to do since we already are getting our little group of early adopters in the community, now we're going to go in and reskin it so you guys have no problem selling it, because not only is it going to live up to the superpower, it's also just going to look so beautiful and professional, and that's something we're going to be doing in the next month or two, once he finalizes all the designs. And like I said at the beginning, part of that redesign is a complete redesign of this IVR process, how you build them and how it looks, to make it easier for you to use it. It's literally, whenever he's done with the redesign, it's literally this same IVR would look like you would have you would have this guy right here would be up here, and you'd have a little button to edit it, and then you're going to have a little button to add right here, and then you're going to have your connectors down here. And it's literally, as you build this thing, it's going to build this decision tree, so you can easily look and see how your decision trees map, what all your different options are. If somebody clicks one, what happens, and make it really, really easy for you to add to it or go back and edit it. Because I guess if you're not a genius level software engineer, it's not super easy to understand this. But I mean, it is for me, honestly. For me, it's so easy to understand this because it's just a simple tree structure for me. But we're going to go in and make it easier for people who, I guess, don't have degrees in software engineering and high-level mathematics to understand and build it.
John, I got here late, so I just wanted to ask, will the video be up?
Yep, it will be on my YouTube video, on my YouTube channel like everything else, and I'll probably send it out in the chat bot a little bit later on.
Cool, great, thank you.
Yeah. What else? Any other questions? Anybody else wanna add their phone number in here to get these leads, or any other questions anybody wants to ask?
No, that's it. I'll check it out, and I'm sure I'm getting some things wrapped up and kind of busy with the with my other business, trying to put out some fires and keep some things going, but getting regrounded back into my Tier 5 efforts. So looking forward to it.
Cool. And I understand, no pressure from my side. Trust me, Charles, I know all about having to run a company and try to multitask and run a company and do other stuff and wear different hats at the same time. I know all about that. I know how it's time consuming and mentally consuming as well. So just take it easy and take your time. No issue there.
Thanks. Nope. Love the recipe too.
So I'm going to add your phone number in here, Ron. I'm going to add your phone number in here, and I'm going to assume I'll answer your question in just a second. First, I'm going to see if there's any other questions about this, and if there's not any questions about this, I'm just going to make a verbal note that this part of the video and training is done, and we're about to move into a completely different topic. So are there any other questions anybody wants to ask about this particular topic? Anybody else want to add their phone number to get these leads? I'm going to assume that's a no, so I'm just going to put in a verbal note here that the Outbound IVR training is complete. So if that's what you're looking for, the training is over. If you haven't understood, just rewind it and maybe watch it again. And now I'm going to talk about something completely different and completely unrelated, but it's very, very easy. All you need to do, all right, so you're asking a question on a resource on how to export a lead list from RoboContact into text and bulk. All right, so kind of two different ways that you can do this. All right, kind of two different ways that you can do this, and they're both really simple and easy. All right, one way is you can go to a list. You can go to any list. Let's say this list right here, and you can go to RoboContact and log in. And let me just find my account here. Here's my account right here. Let me log into my own account. So you can go into any list like this, and you can go upload lead list, all right? And whenever you upload this lead list, you're going to notice there's a download for a sample file. You can just download that sample file, and then you can just check out the headers here, all right? You just need to give me a data file. You just need to give me a data file that matches these headers, all right? The only information that is required is this phone number field right here. Phone number does need to be filled out. Everything else can be blank. As long as you give me a data file like this, you can just upload that data file, and then you can just hit the store and import button, and then it's going to store and import all your leads, all right? This button right here, if you click I want to validate, this will essentially bypass our validation of the phone numbers and allow you to tell me all these phone numbers are mobile, all these phone numbers are landline, or all these phone numbers are VoIP. It will essentially speed up the process just a little bit, and it will bypass our validation where we look up the phone number and try to understand, is this a mobile phone number or is this a cell phone number, all right? So from a RoboContact perspective, we've made it really, really easy. If you go to any of these guys right here, and you just look at this guy right here, and then you just come down here to the bottom, and you click this button right here called Export CSV. If you open this guy, you will notice whenever you open this guy that he doesn't match, all right? Unfortunately, he does not match. I actually thought he did match, all right? But all you need to do is copy this information over into here, all right? So all you would need to do is like essentially take these phone numbers, grab these guys, and then just come in here and put those guys like this, all right? Just like that. All right, and then just make sure that your headers match like that. You're just gonna put those guys in there. Name of company, just grab these guys, put these in here, make sure that's just company. So we're gonna put those guys in there, change it, company. All right, These guys, we don't have their first name. We don't have their last name. We do have their website. We do have their website right here, so we're just going to grab their website. I don't know who this is calling me, so I'm going to hang up. So we're just going to add their website. Put their website right here. All right, and you're just going to do this. You're going to change the data format here. Save this file. All right, once you save this file, then you'll just do the same thing. You'll import it right into that list right in here. Okay, that's one way. That's the manual way. However, if you don't want to do this the manual way, if you want to do it the automatic way, which is obviously what I recommend, you can go into Zapier. You can click Make a New Zap. And whenever you click Make a New Zap, you're going to select RoboContact. You're going to make sure that you have your RoboContact account connected. If you don't have your RoboContact account connected, again, it's really, really simple. You're just going to come over here to your settings. You're going to come inside your settings. You're going to come to the Zapier integration, and then you're going to have to create a token. Whenever you create that token, you're going to grab this token right here, and then you're just going to pop it in here where it says Connect Account. You're just going to put that token right inside there. If Zapier ever gives you that screen to put in that token, sometimes Zapier is stupid, so we're just going to try again. You're just going to pop in that token and hit continue. That will connect your account. So my account's already connected, so I'm just going to pick this guy right here. And then you're just going to pick that you want to do this on all campaigns. And then you're going to hit continue. Okay, and that doesn't actually have any data, so and then what you're going to do here is you're just going to add an action step, and then in this action step, you're just going to add text in bulk. You're going to add text in bulk, and then you're just going to do a sync lead here, and then on the sync lead, you're just going to pick what list you want these guys on, and then you're just going to grab your data from your previous step, and that will just as soon as you, so you're just going to pick, you know, your account. You're going to pick what list do you want these guys on. Just pick some list, whatever list you want to put them on. If you want to put them on a campaign, put them on a campaign. Just pick from your previous step their information. Pop their information here from your previous step, and then just hit go. Now your integration set up, and then from a RoboContact side, once you have your integration set up, what you're going to do is whenever you go run a campaign, you're just going to make sure that you check this that says send to Zapier. And as long as you have this check that says send to Zapier, as this campaign gets processed, once you're able to actually contact somebody, which means you either fill out their contact us form or you send them an email, one of the two or both, when that thing happens, this lead and all their information is going to be sent to this Zap right here, and this Zap will then stick him into text in bulk, and now he'll be in text in bulk, and that is the automatic way. Any other questions? No? Everybody good? No problem. Well, if you guys are all good, like I said, I got so much stuff to do today. So if you do have any questions, feel free just to ask them inside the Tier 5 community, and somebody will reach out and help you. Thank you guys so much for coming. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.